This is Gary Atensi with CNTV, and today we're in Denver, Colorado. I'm here at Bill Ross Fit. Since 1992, he has been helping you to train for achievable results, both in health and in life. I am here with Bill, the owner, master trainer, health coach, success coach, ordained minister. I mean, you got quite a few titles that you've come throughout the years here. Share with me a little bit how it is you got started in this type of lifestyle. When did you decide to step out and start helping people to enjoy that lifestyle as well?
In 1990, I decided that's the time when I really need to start stepping up the game for myself. And so I started learning all about personal training and the exercise movements, biomechanics of the body, and how it really needs to all fall into place. When I did that, that's when I decided, okay, I need to make this a profession of mine. It's a true passion, so it needs to happen. And it needs to be something that's consistent.
And it sounds like with you, when it needs to happen, it usually happens. It's all about results. What started this for you really was strength and conditioning. Is that still really the bedrock of a lot of what you do?
No, I've actually gone past there. Where I used to start with strength conditioning with athletes, now I do more corrective exercise with weight loss. And I focus on really getting the body to a point where it's biomechanically sound and balanced all the way through. And at the same time, they're losing weight so that they can function and be happy with their goals.
Excellent. Let's start off, first of all, we hear a lot about trainers out there. We're talking about a master trainer of NASM. Explain to us what that is for our viewers.
So the National Academy of Sports Medicine, that's what NASM stands for. What it basically they do is they put together a certification that includes a specialty grouping. So for example, to become a master trainer, you have to have a standard personal training certificate, and then you have to have a performance enhancement certification, corrective exercise, a weight loss one, a nutrition one, and you have to be invited to attend to this. So first thing you do is you sign up for the course and you do an online portion. The next, you have to be invited to a practical portion if you score high enough on the written. From there, you get a full evaluation in front of master instructors. And what the master instructors are doing is they're evaluating what you're doing from an initial evaluation of a client all the way through to the programming and execution of that plan.
Wow, interesting. I know it's one of the highest honors in the fit world. Obviously, it's great for viewers out there, people that are looking for results, to find somebody of that caliber. Let's talk a little bit more about what you've evolved into. Like you said, what began really as strictly fitness, you're now taking on more of a holistic approach. Whole body and mind. We're talking about not only focusing on muscle, but focusing on mind. Why was that important to you?
One of the biggest things I found when it came to weight loss especially was the fact that most people can lose the weight, but they can't keep it off. And the reason is they don't make the behavior changes that need to happen. And that's where the life coaching comes in, because when you approach it from a holistic side, you're approaching the whole body, body, mind, spirit. Where in the past I did strictly, like you said, strength conditioning, it was enough to get people to 12 weeks, but it wasn't enough to keep them going for the rest of their lives. And that's where the behavior change come in with the life coaching portion of it. By altering things slowly and getting them to really make the adaptations that they need in their everyday life, it gets them to keep going with the weight loss, but it also keeps them going in a positive manner where they know how to course correct basically after they're done working with me.
When I take a look at your sheet there of everything that you specialize in, I mean, there's quite a few things that you have evolved in and gone on to. Let's start off, first of all, with one that a lot of people hit the gym for, especially at the beginning of the year, which is weight loss. How can a weight loss specialist help somebody to achieve their goals?
Well, as a weight loss specialist, biggest thing I do is I'm going to focus in on finding out biomechanically how they're moving and why they're not moving correctly, so I can get the muscles to start working properly so that they can actually start working at their maximum potential to lose the weight. And then I'm going to have them work in different metabolic zones. I want them working in a different zone for burning body fat, one to increase their fitness level without burning too much sugar or using too many carbohydrates. So then we're going to focus on the nutrition side of it to make sure they're not taking in too many carbohydrates or sugars per day. Once we establish that baseline, then we can actually get them to start losing the weight on a rapid basis. And when I say weight, I mean body fat in inches more so than scale, because I want them to build the lean tissue that they typically haven't had in the past.
Interesting. So the fitness nutrition specialist goes hand in hand with the weight loss as well. Even yourself, I understand you know how to get around a kitchen as a fitness chef as well.
Yes, that's correct. One of the things I learned how to do was become a certified fitness chef so that I can cook and teach my clients actually how to cook clean and do it for the rest of their lives. Because the biggest problem I found is everybody has nutrition programs, but nobody actually teaches the client actually how to cook the food and keep it clean. So that's one of the things that I offer as a specialist.
A little bit nicer for us to be able to do it in our own kitchen rather than going out to the fast food and deciding how we're going to eat healthy. That's probably not the best place we want to be. Obviously, we don't wake up one day and we have a ton of bad habits in health. I mean, this is something that evolves. It really becomes us. How is basically a behavior change specialist able to help us so that we not only do it temporarily, but long-term results as well?
Well, there's typically 5 stages. Everybody that comes into a program always starts thinking about it, and then they start investigating it, and then they start taking actions, and then they get involved in it, and then they go to a maintenance level. So what we do is we go through all 5 stages. Okay. And typically what we find out is that a lot of the reasons why they got overweight or became overweight was because of programs that they started when they were children. And these programs come into place because they never learned how to eat properly growing up. They became adults, they started working and working and working, and they didn't focus on nutrition for themselves or the exercise portion. So we started bringing that back in and making that something that becomes an everyday part of their life. And like they say, it takes 21 days to change your metabolic system. And if you have that 21 days in place of consistent behavior, for example, not drinking alcohol, if you can go 21 days without it, you're not going to want it after that. That's the funny part. If you take it out for just that 21 days, you won't want it again.
That is interesting. I mean, you were a certified personal trainer. The word personal trainer has been misused. You go to these big box gyms, you see personal trainers. I mean, are we kind of really just picking personal trainers out of convenience anymore? A lot of times we happen to be here. And even worse, is it really in their benefit to achieve results for us? Or is it in their benefit for us to keep us there for a while?
From working in the big boxes, I can tell you the goal is to have you stay on as a client forever. That's what the big boxes want, because that's where they make their money. When you're working with somebody like myself that's an independent, I want to get you to your goal as fast as you can at a safe pace where you're going to make those changes to actually reach your goals and get where you need to be. And then I want you to move on. If you come back occasionally to check in, great. Right. But I don't want to keep you here for years and years and years. That's not my goal. My goal is to educate you so that you can do it on your own.
So you can do it on your own. Really, this is not a one-size-fits-all situation. This is something where you take really personalized approach, consultation on the front end. There's different body types. We're all different metabolisms. Are there certain tests that we can do on the front end to make sure like we're doing what we should be doing and definitely not harm ourselves?
That's where the corrective exercise portion comes in. What I do is I actually have the client do a corrective exercise overhead squat assessment. So basically, I'm watching this person move biomechanically to see, are the knees buckling? Are the shoulders dropping? Is the head forward? What's happening with the spine? Is it actually curving? Is it rounding? And on top of that, then I'm going to do range of motion tests with the hips as well as with the arms and the ankles and the feet, because I want to know what's going on with the body so that I can actually address it. 90% of the trainers out there don't do that. And that's why when you're walking in, they just make a program for you based off you said you want to do weight loss. Well, 9 times out of 10, that program is used on the person that was in a session before you, or maybe it will be used in the session after you, and you'll do the exact same workout. With my clients, you never do the same workout even twice in a week, let alone twice in a month.
Interesting. You achieve results that a lot of people haven't seen before. A lot of the stories that you hear, are those fun for you to read, fun for you to see the reviews, and do you feel a real big part of that?
When I see real results, I enjoy that, because that to me is what really made me get into this business and start working with people rather than just myself. The results portion is what drives you. It's not a money thing that drives you, it's results. How are you improving that person's life? Is that client really becoming happier? Are they achieving their goals to a point where they'll never think about it again? They won't look in the mirror again and go, oh my God, I'm fat. They're just going to look in the mirror and go, I feel good inside my skin. I look good. Even if they're not perfect, they're still going to feel good in their skin. And that's the whole idea behind it.
That's exciting for people. I mean, a lot of folks, they come into a gym, they want to get in shape, maybe shed a few pounds. Other people, it's a professional goal. We're talking about needing peak performance enhancement, intense conditioning like these guys in MMA. Is this something you're able to help with as well?
Yes. As you can see, looking around the gym, I actually have some punching bags. I have different machines I can use into getting the MMA conditioning in place. I don't teach the fighting portion of it. I teach the conditioning portion of it. To get that fighter to the point where they're conditioned to be able to make it through an entire match or fight without dying. They can get their cardiovascular and have their muscles have the endurance that they need, as well as have the explosive impacts that they need.
Interesting. When you started evolving into the more of a holistic approach, were you able to really increase the success rate? Was it something that you were able to actually monitor and see?
100%. When they first hear holistic, they're like, oh, what is this? This is weird. But then when they understand that it's about total mind body, then they really fall into it and they adapt to it. And one of the things that helps with that is I'll actually text them the little reminders, that little accountability portion of it that keeps them in track mentally and physically. So every day they'll get that text that holds them in place.
So we're talking about accountability, not only from you when they come in and see you, but obviously a lot of technology anymore. You can text people, email people, and that keeps people going. Like we said, you're focusing more than just on the muscle. You're also focusing on the mind. So it's not just about what you eat, but how you think about eating. It's not just the exercise you're doing, but how you think about success. Or is that exciting to see this happen? And what is the age frame that is best to work for?
Typically, I work with people 35 and older because they're more dedicated. At this point, they're ready to stop playing the games. And they want to be dedicated and they want to take it to the next level so that they can be healthier and happier for when they have grandchildren. Everybody works hard. So everybody's working more than 40 hours a week and they want to be able to retire. And when they retire, they want to actually be able to still be active. And that's what I'm teaching them how to do. So when I hear their stories and I see their stories and I watch them change as we're doing our programs, it's the greatest feeling in the world. Because you know they appreciate it and that makes me appreciate it more.
Absolutely. Viewers, take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. What you're going to see is his website. Take a look at the website. First of all, you can see a lot of the programs that he provides right there. Pretty much you name it, he's got a program for you. If you want to jump in and get an intense 1 month for the man, you can do that. Or you can also go to something that's more affordable and break it down for you there. Check him out on Facebook. He'll keep you apprised of a lot of the programs he's able to put together for you, as well as motivate you to be doing what it is that you're doing. Let me ask you this. Was it important for you to put together packages for people that, like you said, after the age of 30, they're ready to get serious, yet you got other people that are novices, they want to kind of test out the water? Do you try to provide something for everyone?
I do try and provide something for everyone, but the sad truth of the matter is if you don't have a package, if you're not following a routine where you're accountable money-wise, most people will not commit to anything. If they commit to at least 12 sessions, then they're going to see big results in that 12 sessions and they want to commit to more. Like I said, it's not about the money part. It's more about getting their accountability to themselves and getting them to see the results. And when they do that, they're so much more committed. But they're only going to do that in a 12-session package. Anything less than 12, they're not going to see anything. So it takes at least a month just to start seeing some results. So.
Interesting. I mean, you're in the business of actually pushing people, but yet at the same time, do you feel the people that you've helped have been a blessing to you as well, making you really evolve into even more than what you probably thought and what you started over a quarter of a century ago?
Yes, 100%. Every single client I learned from, despite the education I have, the amount of certifications I have, every single client moves differently. Every single client has different behaviors. So every single client I'm learning from. So I appreciate these clients when they come in, and that's a big portion for me.
Excellent. Last time, viewers, take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. What you're going to see is his contact information right there. If you are looking to get some results, that is not just something you might find down at the big box store, but actually something as a customized approach for your body. Check him out right there, the website. You can click there. And what about a consultation? Is that something they can come in and get complimentary?
Yes, I do free consultations all the time. It's the easiest way to know if we're going to be a good fit with each other because I don't want to work with anybody that doesn't really want to be here. It's always free.
Excellent. Last time, take a look at the bottom of the screen. Contact information is right there. This is a gentleman that basically, again, with strength and conditioning, has evolved now into a complete holistic approach. Began back in 1992. Got a great gym here serving the folks of Denver, Colorado. That is Bill Ross Fit. This is Gary Atensu with CNTV, and if you don't know, now you know.